kicks too. That 1-2 hook was nasty by IMUHBOXER, putting T2 on his butt. And there it is again. That 1-2 is money.
Oh, baby. There you go, Boxer. Get that working. What a knockdown.
Put on the pressure right now. Look, he's gonna fake down. There it is. I knew it. And he's down.
As you can see, we still got our signed autographed fight gloves, but this video is all about patch number 8. And patch number 8 brought a lot of changes. It brought things that I think will balance the game, and we're going to talk about it. It brought a lot of new crazy animations, which we'll get into. We'll look at the Twitter explosion by GPD and analyze the things that he had to say there. And then we're going to end off with a fight against one of the top guys in the UFC 3 community right now. But up first, we're going to look at the new characters that we had in the game and check out their character models. This, to me, might be one of the biggest patches in terms of gameplay features and how it's going to play out online. I think this one will cause one of the biggest ripples in the community, all because of one animation, and we're going to get into it. So without further ado, let's get right into the patch updates. All right, first, let's look at this Twitter explosion that GPD had for us. First up, we're going to take a look at the 3 new fighters right here. Zabit, David Branch, and Tai Tuivasa. I hope I'm not butchering these names. I'm definitely not going to butcher Zabit's name. All right, first up, we're just going to take a quick look at the 3 fighter intros because we'll be skipping them from here to eternity. But I do appreciate the graphics. That's one thing that I like about gaming overall. I know we talk about the technical, so I just want to take just a quick moment just to look at and appreciate the new fighter models. All right, Tai Tuivasa right here. His power is kind of low. I hear people saying that his power should be a little bit higher, but look at the detail on his tattoos, his legs, exactly like how his body is in real life, and it really is an identical scan, face and body of Tai. So I definitely like this character model. And then this is a fighter that everybody's saying like is going to be one of the best, Zabit, and he has some controversial moves that we'll get into, you know, but this character has a lot of detail on him too, and he looks true to life, true to form, and he is also a top level A fighter, and you have to watch out if you're in the featherweight division against Zabit. It's going to be some bad news. All right, up next, if you want to find out more information about this patch number 8, here it is. I'll leave a link down in the description. It's too much to cover. I'm just going to cover over highlights of things that I found. So first up, we got added a new cage seated position, finish the fight position. And so whenever you rock your opponent up against the cage really close, sometimes they fall into this seated cage position. And look at this finish the fight position. And everybody can agree this right here is so satisfying whenever you can knock an opponent out, knock them down against the cage just like that, and you can finish him off with these strikes. And check this out. Watch his eyes wake up at the end. That's kind of crazy. All right, up next, added strikes for the sub fighter to the cage takedown positions. And we're going to leave a like on that one too. So whenever you put somebody up against the cage, now you can return some strikes here. And I'm not sure if that stops the takedown or not. I need to check that. Somebody down in the comments below, let me know if these strikes stop the takedown or not. I'm practicing with my guy Marcos. All right, up next, added the new single collar attempt animation. And this animation is not just an animation. This right here is going to change the game. You see how fast that clinch attempt is? No longer do you have that long, slow, lumbering clinch attempt that anybody can deny. This right here at the end of the video, we're going to show you how it changed. So we like that one. All right, now, single collar punches also got a significant damage buff, and you can knock out your opponent in this position. We usually did not pay attention to this punch right here, but as you can see, look how it just rocks the whole screen. You can't take these punches now. So now that position is viable. So moving right along, this is a more complex one. Added block counter strikes. Okay, lead hook block counter to any hook or overhand that lands on your lead side block. Same side uppercut counter to any block body hook. Now I want you guys to help me figure this out. I saw it in the explanation that GameplayDev did, but I necessarily couldn't do it. Now, it also says that block counters are guaranteed to land before your opponent can get their block up to defend them, or before any strike comboed off the block strike would land. They can, however, be slipped a lunge. Now, practicing here with my guy Marcos, this is the only thing that we could do. I could do a block counter if on anything down low. I couldn't do it upstairs. I wasn't fast enough. So if you see, if you block a strike down low to the lead side, I really didn't have enough time to block it. No matter if I was throwing a kick down low, down high, a hook, anything that I blocked to my lead side, we could just return a punch before we get blocked, but your opponent might be striking. So you guys let me know how valuable that is. Added the ability to push your opponent into the tower guard when they are getting up from the active knockdown. All right, and this is the one I submitted to GPD and he retweeted it. I appreciate that. All right, add the ability to push your opponent into the new single cage seated position. All right, so now we saw this, but look, he wasn't against the cage. We push him against the cage and then go into that finish the fight animation, but it doesn't finish every time, which I like. All right, now added the ability to put your opponent into the single under clinch position as they get knocked down. Okay, now this is the one that I really like, because once you're into the fight and you see this happens, you just walk up to him and press the punch buttons, and sometimes he gets into that high clinch. If it's a specific way, let me know. All right, check this out. Added signature Justin Gaethje rolling thunder kick. Now this one is crazy, man. A lot of people are having fun with that. That's how it looks when it misses. You just get right back up. But if it hits, look, it can rock somebody. That thing is crazy. I want you guys to submit some knockouts to me for that. Added signature Vanderlei Silva hooks. Now watch these hooks. They're gonna look different than your regular hook. You see how he like throws them from the low position, but they're headshots, and that's how Vanderlei Silva throws his punches. And you can see Anderson Silva's hooks looks different, and that's just a little animation. And I actually wish that they would do this for all fighters. You know, I want all fighters to have their signature punch. That would be dope. Okay, up next, added standing reaching jab to the body or to the head. All right, so you see that, how I just lunged and reached? And that right there is something that I like, because you can actually put a little bit more reach. Just flick that left stick forward and then hit either jab or body straight. Okay, now, this is the one that's controversial right here, and I want you guys to tell me what you think about it. I can personally not block this unless I'm pre-denying, and the tricky thing is it's a takedown, but you have to deny it like you're denying a clinch, and it's fast on top of that, and on top of that it will leave you in a very dominant position. You'll be on top in side control, and so this thing is almost, a lot of people are saying, is it OP? I'm actually not going to fight in the featherweight division unless I'm using Zabit, because I can just take opponent down. Now this is a thing that where the game is kind of changing. It goes from stand up to ground almost seamlessly now. I really like that. This was just a highlight knockout finish, because I'm seeing a difference in just the way that the game flows now. All right, I'm having a good time with this patch so far, and I want you guys to check out the link below so you can see all of the details. These were just some of the things that I was able to pick up on in the first 24 hours of the patch being out. Now, I have a Discord at IMUHBOXER Gaming. I also have a link to the Discord. I would like for you guys to join. We have some amazing chat, the best fighters in the world on the Discord. You guys can communicate with each other and see what I have to come up next. But up next, we're going to have that fight that I promised against one of the best guys in the world. Without further ado, let's get right into it. All right, I'm going to finish a fight off with how these new fights play out up under the new patch against one of the best guys in the world at the time, BrianTriangleCity, ranked number 4. And I'm going to do it a little bit different this time. I had one subscriber down in the comments say, hey, I just want to see the fight. So I'm going to give this a go and just kind of commentate over the fight. But one thing that you got to notice in this new patch, this is what's different. This is how things change. You remember we was talking about the clinch, and to me, this is why it's balanced. Now, you have to account for the clinch, the ground. It's so many different ways to enter into the ground now, and it's so easy to enter into the clinch where you got takedown opportunities there. Now, look at that. It's also very dangerous. You're never safe. I always felt that the takedown denials was so overpowered that if you're a good ground fighter, you never really can take advantage of what you're good at. And I know a lot of people like boxing. So to me, this right here was like one of the biggest ground patches, because you can get to the ground and you can change that fight. You don't have to always stand up now. So you have to be good at all facets of the game. All right. Now, with BrianTriangleCity, these top guys are going to not just be good at stand up, they're going to be amazing on the ground also. So here, as you can see, we already exchanged rocks and I'm on the ground. So and it's only a 3-round fight. So you only have to win these short spurts of time. I really don't feel like a 3-round fight is that long. All right, so here I get a transition block and I was able to get another takedown. And you only got 3 rounds, so if you win one, the other opponent has to win the rest of the matches to win. So that first round is real important. So now with DC, since you can get into that clinch a little bit easier, now I can feel more like DC to me. So here we're on the ground, and as you can see, it's a lot of transition fakes. And every time he's touching my knee, I'm trying to block that. But I'm also looking to see if he's going to go the other way. And one thing about these punches on the ground, they build up grapple advantage. And you can see that if you go into a quick match. And then you can transition like I did there. He was good at always denying my crucifix. So that was real tough. So landing some nice punches from the top, building up that grapple advantage. And especially you build up that grapple advantage when you get a transition denial. So I'm letting my stamina build here before I rain down these punches. But he knows how to survive that top mount. And we are at the end of the first round already. And for me, I think I would score that 1 to zip me just because I had so much time on top. We rocked each other. All right. Coming out. Throwing some heavy hands. Looking to really see like what he's throwing out first. Is he throwing out that jab first? Do I want to take time or a chance to move my head? But see, look how fast that clinch is. It's as fast as a jab. Get a transition block there, and he gets one back. And I want you guys to let me know, is that clinch attempt too fast? Do you like it? Do you think it balances the game? What do you feel about how that big crucial change changes the game? Does it help you? Does it hurt you? Do you care? Let me know in the comments below. Okay, now we're back up to our feet here, and BrianTriangleCity will pour on a lot of pressure. So this is how I dealt with this forward moving pressure. You got to be real smart here. But now I have another option. I feel I can now clinch you to get out of that forward moving pressure, whereas before I couldn't. And now instead of taking shots against that cage, I get a takedown. Okay, so now it's a little bit more valuable, but viable. But just because you get a takedown doesn't mean that you're all good. Because as you can see, these top guys, they're going to be just as dangerous on the ground. Brian going for a very close guillotine right there. I was fortunately able to land a couple of shots from the full guard. And all I want to do is just kind of win this round, because I felt I won the first round. And if I win the second, just need 2 more minutes to go, then I might win. So there I took a chance, did a minor sway. I could have pivot off of it, and we'll talk about that. Pivot lunges. That's another big change that I hadn't even talked about yet. It's so many changes I hadn't been able to talk about it. All right, DC landed some big shots, but as you can see, Alexander Gustafsson, you already know his stand-up is a lot better than DC, but fortunately I was able to get a hook right into a sway. And this is the thing, if they're backing up, then that's when you can go for that ankle pick. And that's what I really like, is a lot of options for the takedown. You don't just have to stand up now. So I got a rock, got a takedown, 30 seconds left, but this is real dangerous. I mean, I know he's coming. This is a very talented striker, and I'm surprised that I lasted this long on the feet, because he can just knock you out at any given moment. Like, look at this combo. I'm healthy. All of a sudden you rock with that high kick followed up by that straight, and then he throws that 1-6-3 combination, and that was it. Okay, so we coming out in this third round right here, and I'm just hoping to survive, because I actually don't know if I won that second round. I'm thinking that he might have stole it because of the knockdown at the end. So I'm looking at moving my head, and what you're going to see BrianTriangleCity do is take advantage of some of the new animations and footwork that was provided with this patch 8 update. So right there, those pivot lunges, you can move your head and then lunge off of that. And that's what he's doing. He's ducking, he's swaying, and then he's moving his head, because if I do my 1-2s, which he knows I like to do, and he pivot lunges off of that, then my player is going to stop tracking punches, and he's going to have some big damage to do. But I can get out of that forward moving pressure now by going for a clinch attempt. Whereas before, I would have had to just sit there and get knocked out, because these guys are so good. Daniel Cormier, as you know, he's really good in the clinch. So we can actually stall for time, get your stamina back, and resume. And these are very powerful positions right here. And this is huge, all because of that clinch animation is different now. It's so different, and I hope that I'm gonna stay neutral on it. And I want you guys to let me know what you think about it. Do you want them to keep that clinch attempt the exact same, or is it OP or what? So we're coming into the last minute and 40 seconds, and I get another rock and another ankle pick because he wants to back up. Now I know BrianTriangleCity is going to look at this and say, "Now I know what to do against you." But hey, I'm here to serve the community and give them, every time you guys see this video, I want you guys to learn new tips. So, getting rocks, getting takedowns, getting in dominant positions, all because we got those new options now for the takedown in the last patch and the previous two. So look at his stamina. I want to keep the pressure on because his stamina is low. and my stamina is low, and it's only 22 seconds left in the last round. And you know, we've done a lot just to have a chance, and I didn't know if I was gonna win this or not. Last 7 seconds, I didn't want nothing crazy to happen because these guys can pull out last second victories. And so let's see what happens here. And so end up getting that win against one of the best guys in ranked championships right now. And I'll have more to come as I work my way up to the top 100. And BrianTriangleCity, thank you for that great competition. You're an amazing fighter. Can't wait to fight you again. Now, if you guys liked any part of this video, please punch that thumbs up button, subscribe, help your boy out so I can keep going. I will continue to put out more information about this huge epic patch update as I learn more about it. It just came out 24 hours ago. And if you haven't joined my Discord, please look up IMUHBOXER Gaming. Join the Discord and you can talk with me and all the rest of the amazing fighters. Until next time, thanks. Peace.